Open up on 7. Move it out, Shiv.
Oh yeah, hero, huh?
Identifying prisoner 117, Shiv, Helix.
You think you can break me, Copper? Yeah, I've been in the darkest pits in the universe. Places that would make your bolts rattle. The eternity pits of Sword Doom, the iron holding no balance.
Greetings, new fish. I'm...
Captain Quark. I don't believe it. You're here. I used to dream of being arrested by you.
Now get out of here. I was talking to you, Zed.
Yes, Captain.
So, new fish, I take it you followed my many adventures?
Of course I have. You're the most famous superhero in the galaxy.
He ain't famous anymore.
Words hurt, Solitary Bill.
I'm a huge fan. I even pre-ordered the new Ratchet Clank holo game.
The what?
You know, the game based on that incident with you and that Lombax.
Oh, you must mean the holo film. Yeah, it's pretty good, if you like all CG.
No, I mean the game. It's based on the holo film. Look, here's my confirmation email. I'm having it mag shipped to prison.
They're making a game based on a holo film based on my life? But they haven't even consulted me. Oh, this is my fault. I've been away from my adoring public in this forsaken place too long. And now, no one will ever hear my side.
I'd like to hear your side, Captain.
You would? Well, then sit down, wary criminal, and I'll tell you a story. It all started with a hapless Lombax named Ratchet.
Where do you think you're going?
Hey, Grim, you're here. I thought you'd be down at the bazaar shopping for gravity coils.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm here. I'm always here. I don't suppose you sneaking out would have anything to do with those Galactic Ranger tryouts?
I just need 1 hour. Come on, Grim. These are the Galactic Rangers we're talking about. Captain Quark will be there.
No leaving the garage until you help fix Mr. Micron's ship. Now get on that bolt crank.
That's right, everybody. The game, based on the movie, based on the game. Hello, everybody. I'm Beta Wolf, and welcome to Ratchet & Clank. That's right, it will be a new series that we've got going forward here. Oh, okay, I get it, I get it.
Let's see if these new Versa bulbs work.
I guess I shouldn't have started speaking there. I'm going to do my best to not talk over as much of the dialogue as I can, so sorry about that, guys. I'll be quiet for a moment.
Lower left afterburner light checks out.
This thing might just be space-worthy after all. One more to the right.
Lower right afterburner works. So, are we good?
Yep, we're good. The news says the tryouts are being held at the fairgrounds. Show 'em what you got, kid.
And so Ratchet began his adventure, hoping to become a Galactic Ranger.
Rise and shine, Kizzle Plateau. It's 8 p.m. and it's going to be a hot one today. Our first story is a sad one, folks. Last night at approximately 8:13 our time, Planet Tenebula...
Okay, I think I should be good now. That's just a bit of backing voice from the radio right there. Okay, yeah, bit of a botched intro. Sorry about that. But in these kind of games, I guess you're going to get quite a bit of dialogue. So once again, hello everybody, my name is Beta Wolf, and welcome to a new series, and it will be Ratchet & Clank, as I have said. We are playing, of course, if you're familiar with these games at all, it is the 2016 remake, which I have actually played a fair bit of. I did stream I did stream a fair portion of it on Twitch back when it first came out, but I never ended up completing it. So right now I think it'll be good to kick it off again, giving it a bit of a YouTube series instead of a live stream. Because if you're familiar with myself, like if you're a friend of mine personally and you know my taste, you will be aware that I absolutely adore these games.
Ratchet used the warrior's time-honored tradition of jumping.
That's right, Captain Quark, we are jumping. And they are actually some of my favourite games of all time, near and dear to my heart. And I think we may just need to keep talking here because, you know, the commentary is bound to just keep on rolling in a game like this. That's kind of the way it seemed when I first played this back in 2016. But as I was saying, near and dear to my heart, these games, ever since, you know, 2002, when the first game originally came out, which this one is actually like a remake of, a reimagining.
Look at him smashing crates. The hubris.
The hubris indeed. I absolutely fell in love with the game, and I've played all of the games up until this point. And another reason that I'm actually starting the series is I think that it would be perfect timing due to the fact that, of course, we had the PlayStation event recently, revealing of the PS5 and, you know, upcoming games that would be releasing with it. And there was actually a Ratchet & Clank game on there, so in what other way can we celebrate than actually playing the remake of the original game? I feel like it's extremely good timing for us. So, of course, as you can see, we are on Veldin right now. And there is quite a lot that I feel like I want to talk about throughout this episode/series. I'll try and keep it, you know, somewhat concise so I don't end up totally rambling, but I'll get into a few of my points here bit by bit on how I feel about this game in the series. But first of all, let's see what's going on here.
Ready to dispense some justice?
Indeed I am. Okie dokie. I do forget where to go. I guess we'll just follow the path down here.
Here. Show us how quick you can be on your feet by jumping over these obstacles. Good work. Now
That's right.
to the next part of the course.
Bit of an assault course, I remember.
Mindful of their surroundings. Hop across these moving platforms.
Did you see me at the event?
No problem.
You could be the recruit we've been looking for. Keep moving to the next part of the course.
Man, I love these games so much. Seriously. Going back to one of my points here, I actually quite enjoy, I enjoyed the original game. Jesus, I feel like I'm constantly speaking over people. I feel like that's just going to have to be the way this playthrough goes because there's so much dialogue coming over the top of it, whereas in the first playthrough, or the first original game I should say, there wasn't really much of that. It kind of let you do your thing and get a move on, so to speak. You know, it was much simpler in that regard. Instead of taking it towards, and this is actually leading to one of my points, instead of taking it into a more humorous, cartoony direction, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with overall, but I think it kind of misses the general oomph that the original game had, the charm, where it had the kind of edginess at the same time. In fact, if you go back and look at the original 3 Ratchet & Clank games, there is quite a few, like, adult jokes in there, seriously, or references that can be taken in a bit of a, you know, mature manner, so to speak. And I feel like taking it the cartoony way like this, it kind of loses a little bit of edge of what the original Ratchet & Clank had. I mean, from a visual point of view, it's absolutely gorgeous, right, in this day and age, what they can do with the graphics. But we'll get into that in just a moment as well. Grabbed up a holo card there as well. We will kind of use this first game, or first episode of this series, to somewhat just explain my points and focus more on commentary, rather than gameplay here, because there is quite a bit to say. Though, I will actually take a look at these guys here. If you notice, these guys appear in the 7th game, A Crack in Time. The one which I consider to be the all-time best Ratchet & Clank game. But yeah, so it does miss that cutting edge in terms of the writing, I think, in this new reimagining, when compared to what the original game had. And in addition to that, the art style kind of ties in with it because, apart from it looking really great and up-to-date and fresh and new, I feel like from the second game... Oh, we leveled up right there. Brilliant, more HP. From the second game up until the 7th game, I want to say, it was kind of the perfect style, in my opinion. It fit with the character and kind of edginess that Ratchet kind of had. It did change a little bit over the course of the second game to the 7th game, but it still kind of stayed true. And the reason I'm kind of excluding the first game from this is because he was a little bit too edge, and I feel like they kind of refined that and perfected it in the second and third game and enhanced it in different ways, moving up to the 7th game being a cracking time. But building up to my point here, I feel like the movie style that they're going with now in terms of how he looks is a little bit too plush and soft and cartoon for me. Like I said, I'm not totally against it because it's a different style and I still kind of appreciate it. I just don't like it as much as the original, you know, the original games, that's all. And it does look as though A Rift Apart, which will be the new game, is going to be similar in that regard, sadly.
Ladies and gentlemen, the savior of Solana, Captain Quark. Hello, Veldin.
Hello, Captain!
He's on fire again.
I know.
Can you guys see this cutscene?
Copernicus Quark, and yes, that was an impressive wall of
Really?
fire
It's
I just
blocked?
walked past. I'm getting familiar with you folks
I hope
for a
not.
moment. When President Vironix recommended I take on a new ranger, I knew just where to go. That's right. We want you. I know what you're thinking. Do I have what it takes? After all, you may not have prevented Dr. Nefarious from atomizing Illyros City. You may not have stopped Neptune Prague from rendering the entire population of Iridia colorblind. Twice. After all, you may not have this chiseled jaw or godlike pectoral region, but if you have heart, then you have what it takes. You don't have what it takes.
But
Yes, but unfortunately that heart is encased in a weak, muscleless mass of inexperience. Plus there's your history to consider.
Got a long line of citations here. Possession of an illegal gravity repulsor.
Operation of a black market accelerator.
Willful disruption of the space-time continuum.
that is a funny story.
You're reckless, you're a loose cannon, and you're dangerous. That's my shtick.
Wait, just give me a
Sorry,
chance.
no time. Galaxy in jeopardy. Get back out there. And remember, you can do anything. As long as you're me. Next! Meanwhile, on planet Quartu...
Dr. Nefarious, the mad scientist who made all of this possible.
Mad suggests cognitive impairment. I'm more of a vengeful scientist. I trust you're here to meet the troops.
State your prime objective.
Destroy Galactic Rangers.
State your prime objective.
Destroy Galactic Rangers.
State your prime hub.
Hello.
Defect detected. Preparing for immediate destruction. In 3, 2.
Oh, a defect. Go play, Victor.
I'm really hoping it didn't cut all that out. See, why does the PS4 do this, man? Hopefully they clear up some of these issues on the PS5.
He might just make it out of there alive.
Let's hope I do, Captain Quark. If that did get cut out, I'll edit something in there. Maybe I'll find the cutscene or re-record that cutscene and put it back in there. But I kind of don't want to lose the discussion that I've had so far with a couple of the points that I've been making. And it is kind of a pain restarting the game over again, so I'll hope that's in there. If it's not, you guys will know already because I will have edited something in there. But anyway, we are picking up with Clank right now, and I've pretty much finished my discussion on the style of the newer games like this when compared to the older ones. And that's just the general gist, and don't worry, I'm not totally bashing on it. It's just a bit of a preference that I have. So, yes, I kind of think it's not as good from these points of view as the older games, but nevertheless, I still find them extremely enjoyable. They're just some of my favourite games of all time, seriously. And I know the general perception of this remake was generally kind of mixed anyway. More towards the positive side, I'd say. But there was a few people that I heard echoing kind of my opinions that I was throwing out there as well. So I'm sure there'll be some of you that agree with me. Some of you won't, but that's fair enough. We all have our own opinions, right? And like I say, I still really enjoy the games, so don't get me wrong. It's just a bit of a opinion slash perspective I've got on these games, that's all. But anyway, that's that. Let's actually stop rambling and get into some of the gameplay here. Focus up a little bit. Oh, we got to avoid this guy. I am playing on hard, by the way. I'm on the hardest difficulty just to, you know, throw that out there. So enemies are probably going to deal some decent damage to us. Clank's moving quite nicely right now, though.
Get back here and let's settle this.
Not a chance.
To Warbot.
Keep on running. Oh, forgot we've got to grab that and then hit him. Oh no, we don't. We go this way. That's right. Cool.
Suddenly, the defect spotted a power bot. This device could power up a variety of machines, but where should he throw it?
You're like really good at adding drama, man.
I got to say, although I don't think the writing is quite as inventive as the older games, it is really good to see that the humour is still present here in the newer ones, that's for sure.
You won't get away from me, Chairman. I've got it right where I want it.
And in fact, considering I'm bringing up the point of these older games here, if you guys also really enjoy the Ratchet & Clank games, feel free to, you know, let me know which one your favourite is in the comments. Or your top 3, give us your top 3. I am quite curious about that. Personally myself, I do feel like, as much as I love the original games, I kind of feel like A Crack in Time in terms of everything that it brought to the table. So many new, inventive kind of features and designs. In terms of things you can do, and you know, the expansion of the game, just the vastness of it, and just kind of how well it was done and polished and executed. I know I'm kind of going on there with all my little descriptive details, but I do feel that that one does take the cake, and it did actually eclipse the others for myself personally. Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time does stand as my favourite, followed by Ratchet & Clank 2, and then Ratchet & Clank 3, I'd say. I don't know, my opinion tends to kind of change on Ratchet & Clank 2 and 3. It goes back and forward, but that is definitely my top 3.
Get back here, you miserable defect.
Oh, took a couple of damage there. Need to be careful as Clank. Keep on running, buddy. Good, just in time, that dodge. I do kind of like how they did this scene, though, for sure. This kind of cinematic chase scene. That's leading you from the front. You see what's approaching behind and so on. I mean, we've seen a few games do it in the past, but I think they've done this pretty damn nicely. All looks kind of sleek and polished as well. Whoop, that was a close one. Don't do it, buddy. There we go, I think we're safe again here. And there's our other escape. We did see a gold bolt back there as well, but... oh god, another blocked scene. Are you kidding me? Let's hope this doesn't stick. And it's just bluffing with me. I don't even know if there's any way to get around it, actually. But regardless, there is our escape. I can still provide commentary on this. We are getting shot down there, and I think we will be landing on Velden, as we did in the original.
For the Galactic Ranger home base.
Destination.
Or not.
We will never make it, but hey, what are you gonna do?
So you gotta love the comedy that's still there, right? And yes, we are landing back on Velden, Ratchet's home planet. Damn, so beautiful. It does look good. God damn, I got to say.
I'll never be a ranger.
Whoosh. I'm so unsure whether to provide commentary here or not, due to the fact that I'm not sure if you guys could even see what's being recorded or not. So if there's some silence, apologies, folks. I love yous. Bear with me.
fun.
Kaboom.
No vector shell damage. Sister board appears to be intact.
I must get to Alero City. They are in danger.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, who's in danger?
An army is coming. I must warn them.
Hang on. Slow down. You've been in a crash. What do you say we get you back to my garage? I'll run a diagnostic and have you fixed up in no time.
Thank you. I appreciate the assistance.
It's no problem. So, what do I call you?
I suppose my proper designation is Warbot Defect B54296.
Maybe I'll just call you Clank. My name's Ratchet. Up and down. Yeah, there you go. You're a natural.
A million thoughts raced through Ratchet's head. Could he repair this diminutive warbot? Would it be the key to the adventure he craved? Did he leave the proto-engine on in the garage? The answer to all these questions was yes.
I got to say, I do still...
I'll get us back to the garage.
Yes, we will. I do still love this remake. I got to say, I think they've provided an excellent take on it. Like I say, I know it's not exactly... you know, it doesn't live up to the original in my personal opinion. You know, I feel like that was just something really special, and I'm sure that's down. Part of that's down to nostalgia as well, due to the fact that I played it right when it came out. I was about 5 years old at the time. I'm trying to think. No, maybe 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old. Yeah, goddamn, time flies. So it doesn't quite eclipse that, and I feel like the original was kind of iconic as well. It's not just down to nostalgia, but I think this is a nice reimagining. You know, it does. I think it does a really good job. It basically sets out for what it meant to do, for what it intended. So for that, I certainly appreciate it, and it's a really great time. I got to say, I do still really enjoy this game.
Large gaps were child's play to Ratchet. All he would need to get across is a trusty swing shot and a little bravado.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't be harming these little green glowy guys. I just remember they reminded me of Quest for Buta, when you go into the pirate caves and you pick up those mini glowy frog things, and you launch them around the caves to provide light for yourself. That's why I'm swinging square on them, because you had to pick them up with your wrench in that game. There we go. We can switch weapons whenever we feel like. Nice and easy. No problem.
Nice work.
There we go. No, we aren't.
Clark, what are they doing here?
I do like some of the designs as well. The reimagining of the blag, the way that they look. They are much more polished in this game than the first one. I mean, that's to be expected due to how old the original is, but... ooh! Clicked the wrong button. My goodness. What a mistake. But yeah, that's to be expected due to the fact that, you know, the game's so much newer and art's come a long way in terms of how clean it can look and, you know, visually impressive and whatnot. But still, it is nice to see how these guys look now in their new style. Okay, let's get off Veldin. We've saved him. Not quite the original way that we did save him in the first game. However, still not bad.
Is that a Blarg dropship?
It is a Blag dropship. There's a few of them flying around.
Also known as the dropship of death.
Oh my god, this game brings back so many good memories. Seriously, it really does. So much nostalgia, so much joy as a child. Honestly, my second favourite game franchise of all time, right here.
Well done, Ratchet.
Thank you very much, Clankarino. Okay, we got some more swing shots coming down here. That's nice. I am aware that we did miss a gold bolt on the Clank segment back on the previous planet, by the way. Considering I've not finished this game, or... you know, I've done a good few planets. I've gotten, you know, quite deep into it, a decent chunk. I can't remember the name of planet I made it to. I think it was Battalia. So I'm not quite sure if we can go back for that golden bolt at some point or what, but you know, I'm just here playing through it. We're not going to be 100% in or anything like that, but we will be having a lot of fun on this playthrough, and I hope you guys will be enjoying it as much as me too. But anyway, let's get through here. Kill off these Chairman Drek-looking mofos and get a move on. Reach the end of this planet as we intend. Oh, goddamn, couple of bigger boys dropping down here. It is a mess. What a mess! Get some wrench gameplay in there. It's going to be a little hard to get this guy, sadly. We can still take advantage of our wrench here, do this. Got him. Ooh, how about that for stylish? That little snapshot from the angle we had there was real nice.
Sorry about that, Grim. Listen, get my tools ready. I just found something in the desert I need to look at.
Interesting. What kind of factory is this?
This? No, this is just a garage. Lived here since I was a kid. Come on, let's get you fixed up.
Anytime I hear desert in one of these games, it's just Desert Riders.
Planned to attack the Hall of Heroes. With the Galactic Rangers out of the equation, Ratchet knew he had to help, even though neither he nor Clank had the upper body strength necessary for hero work.
I can totally help.
Oh, I could not ask a civilian to get involved in something so dangerous.
Well, no, I'm not just a civilian. The Rangers are actually my, friends. Why do you think I have so many pictures of them?
But why are you not in any of them?
Well, someone had to take the picture, right? I mean, come on.
Aww.
I even have a ship. It disassembles so it can infiltrate enemy strongholds. So what do you say? That's strange. I'm picking up something from Novalis.
It appears to be some sort of distress signal, but it is being jammed using a Blargian signal dampener.
Don't worry. The computer would have told us if we were in any real danger.
Fatal crash imminent. Would you like to record your last will and testament?
Admittedly, that's not super promising.
I'd like the PS4 to record cutscenes. Never mind our final message as we plummet down towards the next planet. Novalis.
Well, it's damaged, but I fixed worse. Come on, maybe there's someone in town who can help us.
We certainly have.
Is that raritanium?
Yes, it is. Gotta love that raritanium.
Let's use that vendor and put this to good use.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the vendor in a moment, Ratchet. Don't you worry. Man, Novalis looks good. This was always one of my favourite planets from the original too. And of course, you meet the plumber on this level for the very first time. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But right now, guys, I think that will be it. I think that's perfect to wrap up the very first episode of this new Ratchet & Clank playthrough. It's been good time. I can't wait to record more of this in the future, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode too. You know, I really hope as well that the PS4's actually recorded those cutscenes, but nevertheless, I guess I'll find out after this episode, and we will certainly be continuing this playthrough. My god, it feels good to be back on a Ratchet & Clank game. So thank you all very much for watching, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed. This has been Beta Wolf, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.